All right. Um, yeah, we are. Thank you so much to some of our professionals that have been able to join. We are happy to have you on the call. We'll be starting right about now. We just give like a brief 5 minutes to have more people join in, right, so that we can start by 5:05. So exactly 5:05, we'll be kicking off, right? Once again, we want to say a big thank you to the professionals that have joined in and to the clients that is already on the call. I would like to kindly ask us to just exercise a little patience and then we'll start exactly 5:05. Okay, it's 5:05, exactly where I am, right? It's 5:05 exactly where I am, and as we promised, we will be commencing the session right about now. I hope we can all hear me. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the JIIPCC Pro Bono session. My name is Dennis, and I am the programs coordinator at JIIPCC. Without further ado, I would like to give a brief overview of what JIIPCC is about. JIIPCC is an academic consulting and legal firm dedicated to delivering specialized services to students, clients, and partners worldwide. At JIIPCC, we train, impact, and transform lives, actively preparing and positioning Africans for the future. So far, we have mentored over 2,000 students, young professionals, and startups across more than 10 African countries. The JIIPCC Pro Bono session is a free legal consultation that provides free legal guidance to individuals and businesses. Please note that this session and any advice gotten from JIIPCC professional team does not constitute any form of specific or varied legal consultancy, or legal advice in any form whatsoever. JIIPCC will not be liable in any form or manner for actions taken afterwards. Therefore, individuals are advised to seek further legal counsel or consult or consult us for a proper legal advisory referral or seek legal advice from their preferred lawyers. Moving forward to our next agenda for today, we'll be taking our clients. So I can see we have two of our professionals on the call and one of our clients. We have reached out to the rest, and we hope that everyone is going to be able to join in no sooner time. So just to introduce the clients that we have on the call, right? And as more join in, we'll also introduce them. But for now, the clients we have on the call is Denjuma Emmanuel Ibrahim. I can see you already with us. Thank you once again, Mr. Denjuma, for joining. We are happy to have you with us. So Denjuma is an aspiring entrepreneur from Kebbi State seeking guidance on the legal, regulatory, and business requirements for establishing a sustainable and compliant food processing enterprise. So he is into food processing, right? And I think his particular case is going to be centered around that. Thank you so much, Mr. Moazu and Mr. Olusegun, for joining us. You are professionals in today's session. Mr. Danjuma, if there are any other further details you would like to share with us in the session, just to highlight your peculiar issue around the subject matter you have raised, we would like to hear from you. Share what you are particularly dealing with so that we can offer you the 20 minutes consultation that we had originally promised. You're welcome, Mr. Danjuma.
All right, good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. I am so delighted to be in your midst yet again this evening. I do not have any further areas of consultation apart from the ones you've mentioned earlier. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Danjuma. So Mr. Mazu and Mr. Olusegun, Mr. Danjuma is looking to register his business, and he's just wondering what are the legal, regulatory, and the business requirements he will need for his business. And okay, this is to say once again that he's into food processing, right? Do we have any advice? What are some of the key stages he would need to go through in terms of registering for the business, and then other things that he may need as per legal documents, and maybe generally any other advice you would like to give him as to how to position himself to get the best out of the process of registration, and also to kickstart his business without any hitch. So I'll be handing back over to our professionals. If you have any particular advice you would like to give Mr. Danjuma, please, you can kindly do well, unmute and speak. The floor is yours, our professionals. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mustafa Awal Muaz.
Yes, good evening, Mr.
Before
Muaz.
I advise Mr. Anjuma, can you briefly tell us what the business is all about? Like you say food processing. Is it just the processing of the food? Is it production? Is it packaging? What do you really want to start? Because it will enable us to know the exact guidance that you need.
All right, thank you so much, sir. When I made mention of food processing, I'm actually into Tom Brown, basically production, yes. Into making of Tom Browns, and I am actually looking forward to see how I can partner with all of these malnutrition organizations, NGOs within Kebbi and beyond Kebbi to see how we can partner together in supplying or in making such necessary products made available to them. I am into into making so many varieties of food making specifically. That is what I have passion in, and that is what I'm into making at the moment.
Okay, thank you. So I hope you are with your writing material so that you can take down some few things we mentioned.
Yes, I am.
First of all, as far as legal requirement concerned, which you ask, you need to have a CAC certificate. You can register the company, the name of the company as limited liability. That is number one. Having your CAC certificate, you can now proceed to register with NAFDAC. But NAFDAC, before they register the company for you, they have to check the facility inspection to make sure that while you are going to be producing the food is habitable and other requirements they have. You also have to, after that one, they now do register the product for you. It's food product supposed to have a NAFDAC number. I'm sure you must have come across that. Also, another important thing is issue of labeling your package. There is standard for which NAFDAC provide for. Another thing that we must observe is food safety and hygiene regulation. NAFDAC take that one serious. So before you start, you must have you must be sure that you put all mechanisms for food safety and hygiene. Also, you have to put in place environmental safety. That one too is very important. And the last one, it depends if you want to be exporting your product outside overseas, outside Nigeria. That means you may need additional registration with what is the name of this Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Am I correct? I think yes, that is the Nigeria Export Promotion Council. Having a certificate with them will help you in exporting your product. This is the little I can say. I don't know whether my learned colleague in the house have anything to add. Thank you.
Um, um, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I think Mr. Moaz actually said most of what I wanted to say as regards the CAC and taking note of NAFDAC registration and then um environmental requirements. So because your area is also related to food processing and all, you also need to register with the Standards Organization of Nigeria, and then I think you should also, because you mentioned something about what gets me collaborating with other companies that are into food processing. I hope I'm correct. So that means at the point of registration and all that you are doing, you also have to make sure you have your agreements in ground. So you will need to ensure when it comes to doing transaction, you have your own template agreement. What services are you rendering? That kind of thing. So that is I'm talking about your interfacing with other companies. You have to have your agreement set out. Okay, if I'm doing this thing, these are the services, these are what I expected, and things like that. And then most importantly, well, not most importantly, but equally important, especially in this time that we are, you also have to ensure that your financial records are being also looked at. So ensure that you have an accountant or something from the very beginning, because Nigeria now we've gotten to that place where every business, every company is being required to be accountable for taxes, value added taxes, and everything. So beyond just your business registration, beyond setting up the business, there's also the working part, the finance reporting, the bookkeeping, and all those things. Those are areas. And then this is just an addition, intellectual property. And in intellectual property in this case will be your trademark. That is your brand. So, and I wouldn't have emphasized it, but I think it is one of the requirements for your NAFDAC registration is that you have a trademark registered. So your product or whatever your company stands for to be doing, in this case, relating to food processing and all, it's expected that you have a trademark registered. Trademark using either the name or a particular design that will set you apart from other companies in your industry. I think that's just the basic thing. Your finance, financial compliance, trademark, and then making sure your agreements are in place. You're able to interface with other companies. Yeah, that's all I had.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Before we get back the client, there is something I think I missed. He says it's based in Sokoto, right? I know most of our states in Nigeria have environmental protection agency, right?
So,
So
sorry, Muazu. Yes,
are you
so I
with
think
me?
he yes, we can hear you. I think he mentioned
Yes.
Kebbi State,
So
Sokoto.
is it Kebbi State? So either Kebbi State or Sokoto State, I believe they have an environmental protection agency. So you need to register with them. And in some states, you need to register with the state Ministry of Health. The staff that are handling it directly in some states that have that requirement that you need to have a certificate for them from Ministry of Health showing that they do not have any or some of these communicable diseases like hepatitis B and the rest. So I think that is all what I can see. So for NAFDAC, you can consult a lawyer or you can check their website to get the particulars or the requirements you need for registration. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Muazu, and thank you also, Mr. Oluwasegun. I think so far we've started off on a good note. Mr. Danjuma, I hope you were able to get most of what they said in regards to the organizations you would need to register with, and also some of the way you should approach it. So I think maybe a little bit later on, right? If there are any other questions you may have and you would want them to maybe probably elaborate on, we can do that a little bit later. We have our two other clients on the call, right? So we'll try to quickly run through their cases, have our professionals just talk to it, and then towards the end, we can ask questions before we call it a day. So ITEL 6C671L, please, if you can kindly rename yourself so that we know who you are on the call, right? We'd like to know who you are, right? So that we can know if you're a client or you are a professional. Thank you. All right, so moving forward, or just going back to our clients. I think we have our other clients on the call. Sorry, do we have Samson Ezekiel on the call? Itel, are you Samson?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm in the
All right, thank you very much. So that's the reason why I wanted you to rename yourself so that we can easily identify you. All right, so I'll just be reading Samson's case quickly. All right. Sorry if you can hear any noise. It's currently raining where I am. All right, so I have to speak a little bit louder. Samson Ezekiel is an ICT student seeking professional guidance to support his academic and career development while preparing for a successful career in the technology sector. All right, so Samson is an ICT student seeking professional guidance to support his academic and career development while preparing for a successful career in the technology sector. I'm not sure I don't know if we have any technology lawyers or lawyers who are versed in ICT, right? But do we have, in terms of, from a professional standpoint of view, do we have lawyers that our professionals, can we just give an advice to Samson, right? Just to better help him position himself for the career he's trying to get into, that is ICT. Right, please, over to your professional. Sorry, I have to speak on top of my voice because I can even barely hear myself because of the rain.
I think I can talk because I have my LLM in ICT law and pursuing PhD in ICT law. Mr. Sampson, let me ask you this question before I give my advice. You say an ICT student. Which field of ICT are you studying? Is it at university level, diploma level? And which area do you want to specialize in the ICT, or which area have you specialized in the ICT?
Okay. Uh, I'm a front-end developer and I just finished my HND in software development. So I'm a graduate of, I'm having a national diploma.
If I can hear you correctly, you had a HND and you are a software developer, right?
Yeah. Front-end
So
developer,
for
yeah.
the back-end developer, okay, correct.
No,
So for
front-end.
front-end developer, okay, correct. So for the
Yeah.
academic career,
Yeah.
I will advise you for sure with your BSc. I think some universities have what they call it software engineering, right?
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
some, I don't know whether they have started AI and robotics, or you can even go for like in engineering. We have software. You can go for software engineering and or even what do you call this mechatronics because it's related to robots and rest. So look at the universities around you that are offering courses that are particular to that. Since now you are already back end developer, there is nothing to stop you from venturing into the what do you call it, software engineering or software as a course itself. You can look into other aspects of the IT. That is for the academic. I advise you. But before you started, or your career, I will advise you there are many courses by Coursera, Addison, Udemy, even UNICEF and other institutions that are offering, even Harvard University, when you check online, you may find courses that are related to these areas, and most of them are free. You can start with the free ones if you have the opportunity of buying or paying for paid ones. It's good. Also, I will advise you to look into other certifications that can help you to build your career, like this ISO. I'm missing the number. Other certifications related to the web design, web development, and ICT. And I will also advise you, in as much as you are back front end developer or front end engineer, it's good to look the other aspect like back end and even the issue of this AI. I believe it's something if you study, then it will help you in
Yes, sir.
achieving your goal easily. So this is the little I can say. I don't know if you have question.
That's not what you said. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So, all you were saying, that's what has been coming to my mind. So that's so thank you very much for the advice. That's what is in my mind. This AI opportunity because it is what's trending now. So I want you to help me with those where I can offer those free courses for now because from the nature of our country, finish school,
Mm,
trying to pursue a career is a
mm,
little difficult now. So I have to start somewhere. So if I can start with those free online courses when I build up somewhere, so I can start somewhere.
All right.
You can even do a simple search online, asking for free online courses on when you put the subject matter. But as I mentioned, you can take note of Udemy. I know there are courses you
Okay.
can take free. You can also take Coursera. I know there are courses. You can take all what is named Allison. So most of the time, though, you can take the courses free the courses, but they tell you they will not give you certificate. You have to take out the certificate. Also, there is this one, Class Central. There too, you can get courses that are very deep. Though most of the time, they will just give you first and second module of the course free. If you want to proceed, you have to pay. But with that first and second module, if you study it very well, I'm sure you will get some things from it. And as I mentioned, I think Harvard have is it a program on AI or is it only on communication? I can't remember, but when you search online looking for online free courses on so subjects, since you know the way, so you can easily detect those one that are fraud and those one that are genuine. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mazu, and thank you, Samson. All right. Yes, thank you so far to our professionals for the advice that you have given our. Okay, Ilyasu, Barrister Ilyasu, please, do you have something to share?
Yes, I said pertaining what Mr. Sampson is asking about. So I just want to add that he has to be like specific to what type of technology he wants to dwell into, and technology is very broad. So maybe if he chooses the specific aspect of technology he wants to uh, grow his career in, then maybe he knows the try and knows the regulation of that sector's specific.
All
Okay,
right, thank you
noted.
very much. All right, thank you very much, Barrister, and thank you very much, Samson. I think what we would do is we would, like I said, we'll give the occasions to ask questions. So for the clients, if at all you still have like any questions you would want to ask in regards to some of what they have shared already, you will get the opportunity to do that. I don't know, please, Infinix X6525, is that Jemima or Jemima? The person who is tagged in Phoenix, please can you rename yourself so that please we can be able to identify you? Okay. All right. So I want to assume he or she cannot hear me. Right. So please, we'll just quickly take questions. With this session is not going to be very long. Right. So Danjuma, please, back to you. Do you still have any questions you would like to ask our professionals based off of what they have shared, or anything that you feel like they haven't covered, but it's related to some of what you came here looking for answers to.
Yes, sir. I have a couple of questions to ask. So I heard one of the professional made mention of food security agencies and uh,
Is it only me that can't hear Danjuma, or is like a general thing?
I also can't hear
register
him.
with
I also
any
can't
food
hear him.
sector. Are they fixed based on national wise, or I don't?
So Danjuma, we couldn't hear you for a while. Danjuma, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, sir. My network actually just ceased at the point.
Oh, okay. So please, can you just go back and start from the start, re-ask your question?
All right, sir. I'm asking basically on one of the professional was actually made mention of registering your company with food safety and regulation. So my question is, are they fixed on based on state level or national level? How do I go about uh, with all of that registration? I know of that of CAC, I know of that of NAFDAC, I know of that of packaging too. I have an idea on it, but I actually don't have an idea of how to go about registering with a food safety and regulation organization. Then that of Nigeria Export Promotion Council, as it were, when they made mention. So I don't know if they can give me more light on how to go about the registration.
Okay. Thank you, Danjuma, for your
I
question.
think he missed the point. I didn't say registration. I said food safety and hygiene regulation. And I mentioned it under one of the requirements you need for or from NAFDAC, which I talk about. They have to inspect the facility inspection. I also talk about production registration. It's under what do you call it, NAFDAC. I also talk about packaging. These are the things that you are going to be expecting from NAFDAC. And I also talk about food safety and hygiene regulations. There are standard rules, regulations under NAFDAC governing the food safety and hygiene. That is what I say.
Okay. Thank you so much. I actually thought that food safety and hygiene regulation is a body on its own. I never knew that it's still under NAFDAC, that you can acquire all of that. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Moazu. I think you also mentioned something around the whole exports side to it. Mr. Oluwasegun, I think you're the one who mentioned around or talked around that area. Do you particularly know about how that registration goes about, or is that something that is an information maybe through a web search he'll be able to find?
You should be able to get it through a website. Personally, I know that you visit. I'm not sure. The last person that I knew that did it, I think they got the contact. They have their own website, National Export Promotion Council. But that is if you will be exporting. That is if you will be exporting your product. So they have their website. It's something you can search and find out. They have their requirements, the documents that you need to submit. Once you submit registered, I think they will give you a license. or something like that that you will need. That's just basically it. It's something you can get if you search.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwasegun. I can see our last client is on the call. Right, Mr. Danjuma, I hope, based off of your questions, they were able to address it to an extent. Right. If you still have any question, I think within our time frame, the time frame that we already have here, you can still ask your question, but we'll be going straight to our third client. Jemima, thank you so much for joining. We are happy to have you join us in today's session. We'll be running through your case very quickly, and we hope that you'll be able to get some meaningful counsel based off on what you're looking for. So Jemima is a passionate young leader seeking guidance on contributing to youth development, crime prevention, and community safety through collaborations with relevant stakeholders. So she, okay, so let's just hear from the horse's mouth. Jemima, if you can, we would just like to further want to hear you elaborate on what you are trying to, or what you are looking for advice for. Jemima Peter, are you with us? Hello, can you hear us? So please let's give her maybe 2 or 3 minutes. If we don't hear from her, then um we would have it's our next communication we would have to be through mail so that we don't keep everyone on the call waiting. Right. Yes, maybe by 5:40, if we don't get any feedback from her, then we'll just begin to round up the session. Chamima, are you with us? Okay, I can see your hands up. If you can, please kindly unmute your speaker so that we can hear from you. Okay, if you're finding it difficult to unmute, maybe you can try using the chat box to send your message in. Yes, good evening. So please, can you quickly just maybe, okay. So please, can you quickly just maybe send it as a chat, what you want us to help you with in terms of advice? So because we just want a little bit of clarity, are you looking for advice on how to go around setting up your committee? Is it that you want to officially register it? You know, is it just an idea still in your mind that you're trying to give light to or trying to bring to light? Have you already started? If you have already started, how far have you gone? Just within that, and we want to get that kind of clarity so that we're able to properly shape an advice that would really, really profit you. All right. I think I've seen what you sent in the chat box. Unfortunately, okay, let me check. All right, I've seen what you sent in the chat box. So, Mr. Oluwasegun rather, I think she's asking that she's trying to actually start up the committee, right? And she doesn't know how to go about it. I think she mentioned that the committee is, sorry, just a minute, let me just go over it again. Okay, she mentioned that the committee is a youth development, crime prevention, and community safety, Okay, and for community safety. Okay, so while we're waiting for Mr. Oluwasegun to
Sorry,
maybe put it.
I'm listening to what you're saying. I can't see
Oh,
the
okay.
chat, so I was listening to what you were reading.
Oh, okay. So according to her, she cannot she cannot speak because of her network, and she cannot speak because of her network. But she's saying that she wants to set up. She's actually trying to set up a youth development committee, and she doesn't know how to go about it. So maybe we can help her with advice on how to register it, what class of registration would she need to register it under, who are the relevant stakeholders she may need to reach out to in order for her to bring to light this committee that she's trying to work under, or she's trying to develop.
Okay, so I think from what she has described, and I read through the profile of what was posted on the page about crime prevention, youth development, and all, it looks like an incorporated trustee or a company limited by guarantee. But it looks more like an incorporated trustee because company limited by guarantee is basically for schools, institutions, and maybe academies and things like that. So I think it's an incorporated trustee, and she would need incorporated trustee is a body, is recognized as a body that is usually established with a purpose of maybe advancing a cause. It's usually used to advance a cause. So that is where you have most NGOs register under NGOs, ministries, and even social clubs. So in this case, based on what you explained that you are trying to achieve, it would be I would advise you register it as an incorporated trustee. What you would need are, of course, the trustees because it's not something you establish with just one person. The trustees are, if I'm to just put it in a way of summarizing, that the trustees are the people that will stand as the legal entity of that committee. So probably if you have partners or anyone that's working together, two or three of you, you're supposed to, if they, and I believe that for if it's something you are planning, you already have people you are talking about it with. So you're supposed to have a meeting, pick those trustees, and then begin the registration. You have to apply, yeah, the whole CAC registration application for the name, the incorporated trustee, you will need to apply for the name to be approved. It's not like a company registration where you just check and reserve the name. You actually need to apply, get consent for the name to be approved. Once the name is approved, um, and you register it, you need to publish it in the newspaper that, oh, we're about to register this particular body as an incorporated trustee. These are the trustees, these are the aims and objectives. And then after a while, once the publication period is over, you register it. Once it's approved, that is just the first step. That is the CAC registration. Other things you can then do after you've registered it is, of course, you start work with it. And the advantage of it being registered as an incorporated trustee is that when you are relating with other stakeholders, you can always show them that, oh, this is our registration. We are already registered. We are registered as an incorporated trustee. So it helps in partnership. Now, the difference between it and the company is that you are not in it to make profit. So your source of income is not profit or business. Incorporated trustees do not do business. The primary source is usually donations, grants, funds, and every fund or every asset of that incorporated trustee is meant to be applied towards the aims and objectives. So that is, in fact, is a required clause for every one member to agree to, that every all the assets and everything is not for the enrichment of the trustees, it's not for the enrichment of anybody. It is for the for application towards the aims and objectives. So I think that would be the brief of it. After you've registered, there's the you would have to, of course, for this is just based on experience for what they call it now, for credibility, you would have to open an account for the organization. Open an account for that. You will need, yeah, I think you will need to register with the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering under the EFCC. Get an, they call it SCUML, SCUML certificate. Get a certificate, register. Once you register and get a certificate, of course, you open a bank account, and that is where you get funds. Now, the place of getting people to work with is depends on you. You have to research and find out people that are interested in that area. When you are talking of youth, of course, there's already a ministry for youth in Nigeria. When you talk about crime prevention, at some point you may need to interface with the Ministry of Justice with whatever states you are going with. So I think I would advise you do a lot of research to see, because we are talking crime prevention and all that thing. We are talking of a bit of empowerment and things like that. So you have to do a bit of research, and I'm sure it's not something that is totally, would I say, the first time is happening. There are probably other organizations that have probably done something similar that you've seen. So if you have someone there, you can ask. So I think that in brief, that is what I have to say concerning that. I don't know if any of the other professionals can add to it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Oluwasegun. Jemima, we hope that you were able to pick up from a lot of things that he shared. I don't know if any of our other professionals on the call, has anything they would like to also share before we begin to draw a close on the session.
Okay, though I didn't get background, but from what the last professional mentioned, issue of crime prevention advocacy and rest. My advice is for her seek knowledge, attend webinars, look for online courses, read articles, and rest. Because when you read books, you attended programs, you network with people, you get the relevant stakeholders. It will even enable you to understand the problem at hand from global stage to the regional Africa to Nigeria and to your immediate environment where you are living. So the most important thing is seek knowledge, read a lot. Wherever you see a program, whether it's your seminar, workshop, webinar on the issue of crime prevention and the other security related matters, try as much as you can to attend. Having the knowledge, it will enable you to know what you really want and how you can achieve what you want. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Mazu, and once again, a big thank you to Mr. Oluwasegun. Because we are a little bit fast spent on time, Jemima, we really hope that you picked out from everything that they have shared. This session is being live streamed, so I think what we will do in our next communication or in our communication with you is that we're going to stitch the link, the YouTube link to the session, so that you can always go through it. And if there's anything that you may have missed during the conversation, you can always attend to it. Pay more close attention to what they have shared, and do well to follow up through with some of the advice if after doing your own proper research, right? So once again, a big thank you to our professionals for helping us trash that through. If you still have further questions, that is from the clients, you can always send your questions back through our communication officer, that is Sophie, the person who you have been communicating with, and she will make sure to pass your questions over to she'll make sure to pass your questions over to the professionals, and as feedback comes, we would hand over those feedback back to you. Right. So thank you so much for making yourself available for today's session. Just before we go, for our professionals, you who are already familiar, and for our clients who are just joining, we usually do take a picture just as a confirmation of attendance for the session. So please, let's kindly do well to turn on our videos. We'll take a quick screenshot of the session, and then, we'll call it a day. Please, can we kindly turn on our videos if we can? Right. I hope we're in positions and places where we can do that. Thank you, Mr. Oluwasegun. Thank you, Mr. Moazu. Right. I'm hoping our professionals, our clients, can turn on their videos so that we can see them. So sorry, Sophie, please, can you also help me take some of the screenshots? All right, thank you. Okay, yeah, so I'm done for my own end. Thank you, everyone, once again for making yourself available for this pro bono session. It's been, I think, thereabouts roughly almost an hour, getting to hear from our very wonderful professionals, and for our clients who were able to join in, we say a big thank you. We look forward to subsequent meetups and sessions. We do not take for granted, from the side of the professional, all your advice and the time it takes for you to be here and share your thoughts and very, very solid advice to our professionals. We say a big, 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 big thank you to you all. All right, until next time, bye-bye to our professionals and to our clients. Will keep up with communications with you as we move on further. Good night, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Good night. Thank
so
you.
much. Good night. Thank you.